This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
This is the story of how I climbed a tower in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in Portugal.
Oh, it's open.
You ain't gonna stop me! You ain't gonna stop me!
Let me just start all of this off by saying this is not meant to impress anybody, okay? It's not a super tall tower, and I think most people would not really have much of an issue climbing it. Yeah, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I think this story is hilarious because I have a huge fear of heights. And I think it's funny to watch myself be uncomfortable in this sort of situation. But more than just that, I think fear is an absolutely fascinating topic. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. I love exploring it and how it pertains to the human experience. I don't believe in running away from it, and I don't believe in trying to solve it. It's built into us, and I think the only way to handle fear is to go towards it. So anyway, this is that story. Just as a little bit of context, I was on this little moped trip with my Portuguese content creator friend Bernardo in southern Portugal as part of like a little adventure without GPS. I still don't know where this was exactly in Portugal. Part of the adventure was to just sort of spontaneously do stuff. So whenever we saw something interesting, we would pull over and check it out. And that's what we did with this tower. The entire reason this is a story at all, and I'm making a video about this, is because I think it's hilarious. Like, I really need to just take a moment to explain my fear of heights, which is very intense. Since forever, I mean, since I was born, I have been terrified of being in situations where I'm high up in the air or I'm not secure on the ground. And this has ranged from a fear of flying in airplanes all the way to roller coasters or climbing any sort of tall building. And the reason I think I'm so interested and attracted to this fear is that I really want to overcome it. Like, I have let it prevent me from having certain experiences in the past. I remember going to an amusement park with a Brazilian girl that I really liked, and I was like terrified, and we went with a group of friends, and they all went on the rides and I would watch from down below. Like, how lame is that? From that moment on, I was like, no, I'm not letting this prevent me from having life experiences. Like, no way. And ever since, I freak out, but I still go for it, and I'm always grateful for going for it. So basically, we parked the mopeds, right? And Bernardo just flew up the tower.
This is kind of sketchy.
My head was trying to convince me to get out of this situation.
How is it up there?
And then I changed my mind. I was like, it doesn't matter how uncomfortable this is going to be for me. I'm going to make it to the top. I cannot leave this place without having said I went up to the top, because it's just going to eat at me from the inside. I know from experience now. So I was just like, I'm going to do it. And you know, the thing that I realize every time I do this sort of thing is that, you know what, it feels super uncomfortable in the moment, but all I have to do is just stay there. Just stay up at the very limit of what I'm comfortable with until I let kind of the panicking subside a little bit, and I realize, you know what, nothing's happening. Like, nothing's gonna happen to me. The last set of stairs from the 4th level to the 5th level have the stairs out on the outside. And so you're just stepping on slabs of wood that are held together by thin metal pipes, and there's nothing below you. And that is like my worst nightmare. I hate having nothing under my feet. So just remember holding desperately onto the metal and telling myself, okay, I'm just, from this point on, I'm not gonna look down because it's gonna freak me out. That was a burp. That was a nervous burp. Oh my God.
So, for those of you who don't know, Nathan is afraid of heights. Right now we are, I don't know, like 10 meters, like maybe 15, okay, maybe 15 on this tower.
But it's not sturdy. It is not stable. You can feel the wind move the structure. It's thin metal pipes and wood. I was stuck on the 4th level. This is the 5th, I think?
Yeah.
Oh my God, but I did it. I did it. I fucking did it, dude. Oh my God. Dude, we made it up here. Oh my God. I made it up to the top and I was so happy that I did because I was like, how cool is this?
I can't believe I did it.
What a cool little like side level in this adventure that I was on. I guess the reason I'm making this video is to illustrate the point that it doesn't matter how things look externally. This isn't impressive to anybody, I don't think. But what matters is what's going on internally. This is something that holds me back in life, or I should say, this is something that has the potential to hold me back in life, but I don't let it. I'm not gonna let it stop me from having cool experiences. Plus, the best part is heading back down to the ground. There is nothing better than that.
Go, go, go.
Oh, fuck. Yeah! 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 Woo! I did it. I made it all the way up to the top, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so fucking nervous. Oh my God, it's so good to be on the ground. Yes! Oh God, dude, it's so awful being up in the air like that.
You don't like to be a bird, then?
You ain't gonna stop me! You ain't gonna stop me! I gotta go skydiving one day.
I think there's no alternative, that you really have to, whenever given the opportunity, go up to the edge of what you're comfortable with. And that might seem small externally, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like from the outside. Just go up to the edge, you know, and stay there for as long as you can. The alternative is to let this fear kind of close me in, and that's not life, that's not living. Fear is not something to run from, it's something to move towards.
So, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, this is sponsored by Squarespace. I get compliments on my website all the time, and the answer is very simple. It is Squarespace. I think I made my first website back in 2016 or 2017, so I've had a website for 3 or 4 years now, and it was with Squarespace, and I've been happy to stick with them ever since. They just make it so damn easy. The beautiful design, a ton of options at your disposal in terms of templates and the tools that they offer. They made the process of designing and then redesigning my website on a regular basis. Like, I do it about every year and a half. They make that process of redesigning so painless and not very time consuming. If you're curious, I invite you to check out my website. I'll link to it down below. I feel like it looks very professional, and my newsletter, which I'm sure you have heard me mention regularly, is also with Squarespace email campaigns, which has all of the same like design, beauty, and tools at your disposal. So if you're looking to create a website of your own, consider checking out squarespace.com, where they offer a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/no-backup-plan to get 10% off your first purchase of a domain or a website. I'll put a link to it down in the description below. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it.
So there you go. Nathaniel climbs up a tower somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Portugal. I hope you enjoyed.